So we got our guest Orion over here. He's joined the Air Force Reserve. You're going to Texas in August, right?
Yeah, something like that.
So like, what made you want to join the Air Force? Anything in particular?
So I've got two roommates already in. My dad also has he was also in the service. Around my age, probably for me though, the biggest thing was like just setting up my future, for my family.
Sure.
If I have kids, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Just the benefits they offer. I mean, it's a lot of hard work, but you get a lot in return. So I was like, bro, I'm 20 years old right now. College is just kind of like iffy for me.
Definitely.
I'm not sure if I want to keep doing it or if I don't want to keep doing it, but like having this, the military also just is like a super big help for if you want to do college.
Yeah.
They're super helpful for that. But yeah, there's a ton of benefits for doing it. But, like I said, there's a ton of work to be done.
Is there a reason you picked the Air Force over like, Army, Navy, Coast Guard,
Yeah.
Marines?
So like I said, my dad was in the Navy. When I was in high school, I was either going to join the Navy or the Marines right out of high school.
Why the Marines?
I don't know.
Just cool, badass.
Guns
Yeah.
and stuff. But my dad talked me out of it because he said something that like will stay with me till probably the day I die. And he said don't do something where you could potentially lose your soul. And when I was thinking about Marines, and every war movie ever, it's like you see all the cool stuff they do and all the action, but you don't see what happens to them mentally afterwards.
True, yeah.
So that's
PTSD,
why
right?
That's why I was like, all right, no military for me. But then I have two roommates in the Air Force Reserve.
One of them you said like was been there for 2 years, right?
Yeah, both of them.
How does he like it? Do you know?
They both. So it's like mixed feelings. Obviously, having to be in the military and have someone tell you what to do, that's like being in this generation. No one wants that, but they both like it in the aspect that they're setting up for their future and their future families, but they don't like the aspect where it's like just a bunch of nerds, I guess.
Yeah.
I haven't gone to basic training yet. I'm still waiting to hear when I go.
Is there a specific role like you're going after? I mean, I'm guessing you're not gonna be a pilot, right? You gotta be stupid, like
you have to be
a superhuman, right?
You have to be an officer for that. But so what I'm doing, my job, I'm working on a KC-135 refueler plane, which is it's a
KC-135. You said,
Can you
right?
pull up a picture?
Oh, one of these like the refuel like all the fighter jets and stuff, right?
Oh, that shit's sick.
So I'm a person that maintains the plane. So I do pre-flight checks. If there's anything broken, anything damaged, I'm repairing it. When I go on deployment, basically like it's a minimum of 6 months. I'll be flying around the world.
You could be anywhere.
Yeah, anywhere in the world. So last few weeks ago, probably it's like this. I think UTA is like a weekend
What's
thing.
UTA?
It's a weekend that the reserve has to go to base and basically do their job. So I had to go, and I met my squadron. So the guys that already work on them and already have the job.
Cool.
I met with them, and they just came back from their deployment, and they were like Hawaii, Guam,
Bruh, okay.
like, just traveling around the Pacific. And you just stay on this one plane. You're assigned to one plane. You stay on that plane and you fly with it wherever it goes. And when you land, you check it. Right before you fly, you check it and you just go with it.
So you're also in the plane. Say like there's like I don't know some sort of battle going on, right? You'll be in the plane while the fighter jets are being refueled.
Yeah.
Oh, fire. Okay, bet. All right, nice.
You said Air Force Reserve, right?
Yeah.
So what's the difference between the reserve and like the regular Air Force?
So active duty, obviously that's a full-time job. Being active, you don't get to choose where you're stationed. Sometimes you don't get to choose your job, but basically wherever they tell you to go, you go. So being the reserve, you are only there for 2 weekends, or just 1 weekend out of the month, every month, and then once a year you're there for 14 days. You get to choose your base, you get to choose your job. I got a signing bonus, so I got, just for the job that I'm doing, I'm getting like $15K. just
Okay.
because
Damn.
I put my name on the paper.
Damn. You got to
Shit.
do something to get that 15K, like complete training or something.
I have to. Well, you have to pass boot camp. But
Ah.
once I pass boot camp, the day I graduate, I'm getting half of that 15K.
Damn, fire.
Yeah.
What do you have to do for boot camp?
It's a
You know.
lot of calisthenics, so push-ups, sit-ups.
Oh,
Uh,
I'd be done.
Yeah.
so my last UTA, I did a PT test, and it was like basically how it works is you do 1 minute, so 60 seconds, as many push-ups as you can. Same for sit-ups, and then you do 1.5 miles. That's the PT test. And so I have not kept in shape at all, and I passed.
Oh, congrats.
So, you know,
You didn't play basketball or anything, or like work out or anything, really?
I mean,
You're pretty in shape,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah,
no,
you're already in shape.
yeah, you're like
Yeah.
no,
It's
but
fine.
like
If I went out there, I'd get killed, bro.
Yeah, it's not like
100%.
you're not
It-
athletic
to
at
pass basic training, the PT test, it's not hard. What I'm striving to get while I'm at basic training is the Warhawk. It's like, the highest level you can get in PT. And that basically will give you an extra day off at the end of basic training. So once you graduate, you get 2 days in San Antonio with your family, if your family came. If not, you're just in a hotel by yourself. Being a Warhawk, you get 3. That
so more rest time.
gives you more time before you go to tech school. And then my tech school, for me, it's 4 months. So that's 4 more months that I'm going to be in San Antonio. There's going to be a lot more lax rules, so I'll be able to have my phone. It's like working a regular job, but at BMT, it's like a lot of people talk to me that I talked to while I was at the base. They were saying, like imagine kindergarten, but prison. Combine those two, and that's what boot camp is like. There's a lot of physical activity.
So-
You have no rights. You have no phone privileges. You can't go off base. Like,
you can't use your phone at all.
nah.
Damn.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be off the grid.
You know, like those YouTube videos that show like the boot camps, like
Yep.
you know what I mean? Have you watched any to like prepare?
Yeah, so me and my roommate, we watched a bunch of videos.
Right.
Basically, during the time that I was like unsure about it, and one thing I was saying, because my dad was in the Navy,
Yeah.
and he would tell me stories of him being in the Navy and him going to a boot camp, and it's and then I have my friends who are around my age. It's 2 totally different time periods of how basic training works. So having to hear my dad say like, yeah, they'll put their finger in your nose, they'll scream at you, they'll embarrass you. And then I have my roommates who are like, yeah, they cannot embarrass you. They cannot put a finger on you. They cannot harass you. And I was like, what am I worrying about? And
Times
then-
have changed, bro. You know what I mean? Since like
Times
four,
have
what,
changed.
no, what he's probably in the 80s or
100%.
something, right?
Oh
Yeah,
God! Imagine that.
100%.
Yeah.
No, 100%. And my dad was in the submarine force, so it's a lot of psychological
Oh,
like
shit.
torture he has to go
He was in a
through.
submarine.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
Oh, bro,
Submarines
that's
are sick.
yeah. If you're claustrophobic
My
too,
dad
bro.
is low key claustrophobic
Really?
now because of
I can
the service
imagine,
he
bro.
did. But yeah, so that's really it. I'm excited. It's gonna be a whole
So
new
you're going
thing.
in with your roommates? Are they going
No.
with
So
you?
they're already done with their basic training and their tech school. So they already have their jobs in the military. But I'm
Okay.
gonna be at the same base as them. So Brandon, who's one of the people that really convinced me to do it, he is in the security forces. He apparently, I learned this later, but like him and our jobs work together because being on the flight line, like the airstrip,
Yeah.
he's gonna be out there while I'm out there.
Oh, that's sick.
So he'll see me, I'll see him.
That's good. You have a
Yeah.
friendly face
yeah.
already.
So
Interesting.
Perfect.
So you go there in August?
so I told them either late July or early August, but the thing is like, so an opening has to happen in my tech school. So for, a class specifically for my job. And then you have to align that up with, a BMT class, which is basic military training. So to line that up, that's a little difficult. I told them those are the times I wanted to go. I wasn't promised that. They said they would work as hard as possible. I haven't heard anything. So I could be leaving later. I doubt I'd be leaving sooner because that's just kind of messed up. Like, hey, you're leaving next
Yeah, I know.
week.
That's,
Hey, you're leaving to Texas next week. No, that'd be messed up. But,
Yeah.
they would let me know.
yeah.
At least Brandon was saying at least 2 months in advance before I would.
God.
So
That's
I
a
could get
lot
my
of time, yeah.
finance. so I can
That's
get my
great.
finances.
And then like once you get
everything.
there, how long do you think it takes to complete like a boot camp?
So boot camp is 8 weeks, 8.5 weeks.
Okay,
And
so
then
like
after that is tech school. So for
Mhm.
me, I'll be there probably 6 months.
mhm.
And then when I come back, I have the choice of taking seasonal orders. So that's basically me being on base for 90 days.
Mhm.
But that allows me to have on-job training and be able to just be like fully ready for my job and have like you have to have like a certain level of skill.
Mhm.
So it's like, I believe it's 7. Don't quote me. I'm a trainee. Everything I'm saying is wrong. But anyway, what I was told was you need a level 5 skill level to be able to work on the
Mhm.
planes.
What's the highest level you can get to? Do you know?
I believe 7.
7.
So being a level 5, you also
That's
have
pretty high then, dude.
I also
Yeah,
have to have
yeah.
a security clearance. So, because apparently, like, my flight missions are confidential. Like,
Yeah, because those planes are worth
yeah.
like something like tens of hundreds of millions of dollars, right? There's like $1 billion planes out there too. I'm sure in
Yeah.
the Air Force, right?
no. So
100%.
there's some stuff out there.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. But
That's sick.
so it's a lot of work. So that 90 days is basically just me
Mhm.
being there every day, and just getting my levels.
Okay,
I guess.
fire. We gotta have you back on once you
Yeah.
finish
I know,
everything,
I
bro.
know.
Hear
Yeah.
everything,
Before
right?
and
Story.
after.
Yeah, before
right?
and after, bro.
That
Change
sounds
man, we'll
so
see.
exciting.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
be bald too.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
man.
No.
Damn,
hair.
I've never. You've never had like a really deep buzz or anything, right?
Hell no.
Yeah.
Do you have
Fuck
to learn
no.
how to skydive? Probably, maybe.
So
Bro.
I don't know.
my
That'd be
the
different.
the way that I
Really?
think about it is like in tech school, I'm assuming I'll be taught like parachuting 101.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Mm.
getting.
Like jumping out of
Yeah.
a plane
Oh, like
101.
in case of like the
Yeah.
plane
How
goes
to
down.
pull
Yeah,
how to
that's
put on
true,
a
yeah.
chute,
Yeah,
how to
probably.
pull it. That's
yeah,
it.
definitely.
There's no way they're gonna teach me how to like precisely land on
Yeah.
a patch of land
No.
in the
Yeah.
middle of somewhere. No way, because
That's not what you're doing, right?
yeah, it's not
Yeah.
my job. But if God
Parachute.
forbid, my
Yeah.
plane
Mm.
gets shot down or something
It's just
blows
safety,
up.
you know?
Yeah, it's just
Makes
safety
sense.
101.
Damn,
All right,
that's
cool.
crazy.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So so Ryan,